someone there to call your own. Just remember, my dear friend, you're not alone.
You gotta be realistic. I'm heavy on marketing and sales, and you gotta be realistic. We're living in a market where it's predominantly 2 or 3 style of music, which takes over the entire country. Whether it's soca, whether it's dancehall, whether it's chutney, right? These are some of the most popular sounds in the entire country, and it's local vibes as well. And if you want to get people to listen to your music, which may not resonate with your crowd, all you got to do is get something that you can get a couple of people following you and listen to you and build that notoriety. And that's basically it for me. So building notoriety from a genre that a lot of people listen to, which I can execute like A1, for me to now sing one at a time of the music that I love, which is reggae, which is dancehall, which is rock, and these type of genres. So eventually I will be sticking in 1 and 2 in between, now that people, okay, Richard is doing something, Richard is doing music, but where's this other thing he's singing about? It's like, some people might like it, some people might not, but at the same time, people already know who you are. If you had started doing music with rock, I promise you, it would take me 10 years for about 100 people know about me. and this is crazy. So you had to start your career the other way around, and you gotta understand your market as well, and that's something that I'm very aware of. Singing is worthwhile, it just comes with marketing yourself a little bit. You just gotta put that extra effort on it, on yourself and on your brand. And I feel as though you can get places. If you put out music that people like, immediately you're gonna blow up, you're gonna go viral. If my daughter were to come to me and say, "Dad," by the way, she's my biggest fan, and she's my biggest critic as well too. So I was doing a song the other day, and I was like, a side note, I was like, "You want to hear the new song I'm working on?" She was like, "Sure, let me hear." And she's 8 years old, so I was singing. She was like, "What? That doesn't make any sense." And I was like, "It's okay. It's not supposed to make any sense." She's like, "I'm gonna have to go with my cousin," which is her smaller cousin, my niece. She was like, "I'm gonna have to go with my niece and say, nah, I don't think people is gonna listen to this, man." And I was like, "It's okay." But if she comes to me and say that, "Hey, Dad, I want to do music," I would tell her to follow her dreams, because music is good for you, and it helps you. You might not know this. I might not know this, but a lot of people have told me that they sometimes when they're having a bad day, they just put on a track and they just listen to it, and it gets them out of the bad, unhealthy mindset, and it helps to put them in a better place. And even for me too, personally, whenever I'm in a bad mood, or when music takes me back in time, so I could listen to a song from Beanie Man that used to play in 1998, and immediately I would remember, oh, I remember this song when I heard it first time. I used to walk down the park from Sacred Heart Primary School for go down to the Kitty Bus Park for catch a bus for go home, and I used to hear it by all them pushcart man on the side. And that is it. Music takes me back in time, and it takes me to specific times of my life, and I feel as though it does that a lot for other people as well too. And it gives you the euphoria and the happy, whether it's sad memory, whether it's happy memories, it's good for the soul. Music is soul food. Growing up, I grew up in many places, so we moved around a lot. I grew up in James Street. I grew up in Princess Street Lodge. I grew up in Kitty. And then I moved to the East Coast of Demerara. But in all my childhood years, I've always had this one dream. And the dream was to become a rock star. I don't know how I would have got it done. All I knew is that I wanted to become a rock star. When I say rock star, I mean rock music, heavy metal, jumping on stage, screaming, crowd surfing. All these things intrigued me since as a kid. In high school, I was known for the kid who is always, I had a head full of hair. Well, I ain't got to tell you more, but the kid who always got big calabash haircut, and he always singing, or he always rapping, he always entertaining people in class. All my friends could tell you that. And after high school, I jumped straight into working. I worked at Guyana Sugar Corporation as a lab technician. And I still had this passion, so I started to write music since just out of high school. into my first job, which I was about 18 years old. Write songs, songs after songs, and I was like, I really need to follow this dream. How am I going to follow this dream? Then what ended up happening is I got this epiphany one night. I was like, yo, I think it's time to make a move. So I called up somebody, a friend. I called a friend and I was like, do you know what it takes to become a singer again? And they were like, yeah, they're easy. They're easy. All you got to do is just get 3,500. just get $3,500. And you can do a song, you can record a song. So I was like, what? $3,500? Impossible. I don't save up 5,000. I said, bye. This is it. I'm going to become a singer. So what I did, I put in my resignation. I gave it to the head lab technician and I said, yay, this job is not for me. I'm going to be a singer. So the mom was like, what? For real? I said, yeah, buddy. You buy Guyana and do it. Anyways, I roll out. Gone home. Mommy said, what happened? Why you left the work? I said, no, you don't understand. I got to follow me dream. I got to be a singer. Don't worry. I got to make money for we. You can see when I got on tour and everything. I can buy a big house. So I went into one of the studios and I met with a producer. And I was like, I heard about the stuff that you guys do, and I'm a potential singer. I got music that I've written. And I want to put something on record, yeah? I want you guys to record me, produce a song. And they were like, yeah, that's easy, no problem. So I said, I heard it was $3,500. And the guy started to laugh. And the guy said, bro, 3,500 Guyana dollar is to voice over a jingle. So if you got a jingle, or if you want to do a voiceover for like a GT&T thing, or whichever company in Ansamacal or Banks DIH, you can come in and you can read from a script and you can say, we have this promotion going on, yada, yada, yada. Follow this brand for more information. That is what $3,500 gave you. Now, in order to do a song, you had to get 60,000 Guyana dollars to record a song. I didn't know them. Young, naive, didn't know anything was going on. I didn't have anybody to guide me. I didn't have the resources. So my dream fell through. And it was sad, it was heartbroken. But, I moved on. Eventually, I got a couple of odd jobs. I raised some money and I went into Brutal Tracks and I met with Ken, the beat maker, and Darryl Pugsley. First time meeting them. When I was about 19, so I went into them and I was like, hey, I got this song. It's called The Next Best Thing. It's a rock song. I need you guys to produce it. They did. For me, at the beginning, music was, whenever I produce it, I didn't want to do anything with it. It was just for like a personal fulfillment. Like I could feel proud of the project that I did, or I could feel proud that I'm hearing myself over a record, because this is something that I've grown with. Anyways, we did the song and I kept it. I never promoted it. We never did a video. I just kept it and I said, okay, I feel so nice, so happy now. Anywho, life happened. I thought that was my dream down the drain, nothing else. And I started to work. I got a job at Anson McCall Trading. Then I left Anson and I went on to another company as corporately, sales manager. Did well, it was good. Then COVID happened. I all this time I wasn't thinking about doing music. I never sit down, I never wrote anything. And there was one night during COVID had just hit, it was a catastrophe. And everyone was shut down, you couldn't go anywhere, there's no socializing, there's nothing, there are bodies dropping, people losing their families, which is very sad. I mean, it's still happening now, but it was even worse then because it was new to everyone. We didn't know how to react to it, how to deal with it. Anywho, I was sitting down one night, we were having dinner, and I said to my wife, I was like, I got this idea. I was like, hey, nothing really doing, we can't go anyway. I had this song I wrote about 12 years ago, maybe I should record it. And she was like, I don't know, you're so old. Like, what are you going to do now with music? And I was like, no, it's just for kicks. The intention was always, okay, do it for yourself. We can keep it whenever we hanging out with a crew of friends. We can put it on, play it, we can dance with your music. And there's it, nothing else. I'd reached out to a prominent producer in Guyana who was doing music at the time, like very well. It was huge. Blowing up the chutney scene, blowing up the chutney world. And I thought, chutney music is kind of easy to write. It's melodies from Bollywood music. It's not really that challenging. Anybody could do it. And I was like, maybe I should. And I had written something about 12 years prior to then, and I was like, all right, I can do it. So it's a song called Confessing, and it goes something like, I start break down inside now, tell me that my partner been here. So I was like, hey, the hook kind of good. Maybe we could do it. Anyways, the guy shut me down because he didn't know me, and apparently you need to know people on a personal level before they take you on, which was new to me. And like I was like, this is strange. Anyways, I ended up meeting out back to the same guy that I was talking about earlier, Darryl Pugsley. He's the guy that did the next best thing like 13, 14 years ago when I was a kid with a red mohawk. And I was like, I got this song. I don't know if you can remember me. It was like immediately, he was like, yeah, I remember you, punk boy. He was like, yo, you're the rocker. You're the man who want to become a rock star. And he was like, what's up, not so rocker? I was like, okay, I deserve that. And, we got together. And the thing is, funnily enough, Darryl Pugsley don't do chutney music. He does reggae, he does dancehall, he does soca. He doesn't do chutney music. And I don't sing chutney songs. So we sat down together and we brainstormed and was like, let me make this record good. And we kept changing and going back to the studio as we weren't pleased. And it took us 11 months to get this one song in production. After then, it probably would have taken longer, but it reached a point where Darryl said, if we don't stop now, we are never going to stop. And I was like, all right, cool, let's stop. Let's wrap it up. Let's mix and master. And we released it. When we didn't release it. We had the audio, and I thought to myself, this is really good, because I played it for a couple of my friends, close friends, and they were like, whoa, this is nice. I dig this vibe. Again, I'm sitting another night, and I had this wild idea, and I told my wife, yo, maybe. Remember, at this point in time, we ain't getting sponsorship from nobody. We got to spend everything out of your own pocket. Nobody don't know you. Nobody care about you. If you got no big name attached to you, nobody ain't giving you anything. And that's just the way the world works, and we understood it. And I thought, we could do a video for this, but how are we going to get it done? So I thought, we got to pay the videographer, but then you got different places you got to go. You probably got to rent this, you got to rent that. And I was like, let's call up some of our friends who can help us, who got nice house, who got fancy pool, and who got all these different things that their resources we can use. And I called a couple of friends, and they said, yeah, sure, come across. Use the kitchen, use the bedroom, use the pool, and we did it. We put together the video blew up, and much to my surprise, I thought, if this video got 10,000 views in its entire lifetime, which is probably 10, 15 years, that would have been a success. Anything else is extra. And lo and behold, the song opened the first 24 hours with about 15,000 views alone. And that was on YouTube alone. It was blowing up on Facebook, blowing up on TikTok. It was nuts. It was something I didn't expect. I never in a million years dreamed that I would have made a second song. But after the success of the first one, I thought maybe it's just a one-hit wonder. And maybe we should try something else to see if it'll stick. And the second song, called Last Night, everybody knew this, or a lot of people know it. It goes something like, last night I've been out to this party. That's where I meet up this big auntie. So we dropped Last Night, and it was one of the most dotish songs I ever wrote in my entire life. I sit down and I was like, what can I write? Like, what for write about? And I just thought, just write stupidness. And I write stupidness. And people like fun, people like entertainment, people like to laugh. People just like to laugh a lot. And I guess that's what the song gives people, It's funny, it's bare kicks, and it got the local twang and the local thing that we were talking, yo, what a big auntie they buy, or hey, a big auntie eyeing you up and them kind of thing, like how we would speak as Guyanese. And it resonated a lot. We didn't expect it. Anyways, that was about 12 months ago. So here I am sitting, telling you about my journey. 12 months later, I'm here, and so far we've released about 8 songs, and I am now releasing an EP called Good Vibes Only. And it has also a bonus track on it, which is all the other tracks are chutney, and this bonus track is called Get High, and it features Mystic. Mystic is so talented. My Barbician friend. Big up Barbies, big up Mystic. He's so talented, and he's on the track with me. and it's on the EP as a bonus track. So that'll be releasing soon, and we have so many more projects lined up for 2023. I believe I have about 3 songs in the works, which are going to be released within January to March or April. And the projects that we have for the next 12 months, there's a lot of different stuff. It's not just confined to one genre, because I don't believe you should be living in a box. And if you like music that much, and if you like all types of music, and if you know you could sing all types of music, why not? And it also helps you to meet different crowds of people. Chutney got me to one place, other music can get me other places, other ears and other eyes, people who appreciate what you can do. Why limit yourself? So my message to anyone who feel as though they have a passion or a dream for singing or entertainment, I would say to you, follow your dreams and be you, and don't let anybody set a benchmark for you. Set your own benchmark. And always remember that your values are your values. Don't let anybody tell you differently. My name is Richard. Check out my music on YouTube if you like. It's amazing. Actually, it's not really amazing, but you be the judge of that. You tell me back. They're kind of vibesy. That's why the EP is called Good Vibes Only. Being here after the first song, Confessing, everything else is extra. Everything else that I've done after Confessing is extra. So where I am right now in music, I believe I am living in God mood, because I'd never imagined this could happen. Never imagined this could happen. People would see you on the streets and, hey, can I get a picture? Hey, can I get a selfie? It's incredible. It's amazing. And it's very humbling to me, and I'm very grateful for it. And there's one thing that I've read a couple of years ago that always stuck with me and will always for the rest of my life. It's always free to be nice to people. It doesn't cost anything to be nice to people. No matter where you are, no matter how big you are, if I am selling out stadiums or whether I am performing for 3 people in a garage, it don't matter. I will always be the same person that I am. And that's, be good, be kind to people. If you can, it doesn't cost anything. So everything that I'm here right now with, it's extra and it's God mood.
There is always someone there to call your own. Just remember my